All right, brothers and sisters, we are going live from Kansas. All right, let's get some guys in here, and then we will start this live a little more direct. Yo yo ho, Brando S and S. Welcome to Kansas, Joe. Okay, yeah, Kansas was interesting, guys. And by the way, I am going off of my phone's cellular service here, so hopefully we can make this happen and make this happen well. I'm trying to get everything set up on the system. Let me know if it's coming through okay. Is it everything working from a standpoint of audio, video? Joe, I did jump down to Fort Scott, South Carolina. Man, everyone's getting in here. Thank you, Charlie. Florida Panhandle, beautiful place. Sounds and looks good. Okay, all good, perfection. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. All right, we are rolling, guys. All right, let's make this happen. All right, I'm gonna have to set this up. Hold on one second. Awesome. That is good. Everything is kicking. Let me throw this in here really quickly just so I can kind of bounce around, make sure I can see everything I need to see, and then we will crank on this bad boy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. This is my hotel room. It's a lovely hotel room right next to the airport, centrally located. All right, sweet. Everything is going well. All right, so everything, man, look at everybody coming in from all over the country. This is awesome. Live stream. I do think this is the 21st century, Paul. That is true, I do. Hit that thumbs up. Loves, I love it. Loves the 1911. Great name as well. Thank you, everybody. Can you say hi to my wife, Deborah? She just had surgery. Deborah, hello. I hope you were doing well and surgery recovers. Because that's no fun, but at least we're going in the right direction. I feel good about that. Michigan, Nebraska, man, we're representing all over. This is awesome. I think I've seen all four corners of the United States right now. Now we got some central. Man, this is what's up. This one I'm talking about. Great stuff, guys. All right. So while this is going and everything is kicking up, let me tell you guys what I was doing. This is pretty amazing. So I actually got to spend the unique and amazing opportunity and privilege of time to go with Chris Tanto Paronto, who is one of the soldiers who was involved in Benghazi. Now you can look at a little bit more of that if you guys want, but I can tell you it was an honor to work with this hero, because flat out this man's a hero. And the things that I learned, the things that we got to experience. Of course, I can't show you all the things on here because you know why. But man, it was such a really great experience. I wanted to bring that up, kind of just tell you guys I was doing that. I was in Kansas. It was a real rush trip, but man, it was so awesome. It was really incredible to put some rounds down range and get trained by someone with such much prestige, respect, honor. Like, just, it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. But that's what actually brought me out to Kansas. Just wanted to brief you on that, guys. If you had any kind of questions about it, I was out here with a company called Fort Scott Munitions, and they basically put on the entire thing. It was in coordination with Battle Line Tactical, and it was awesome, guys. It was awesome. If you're in Kansas, it is something that is localized in Kansas. It can be traveling, but like I said, look into it. Those things are pretty awesome. But that's why I'm out here. So, you know what? That is what I'm doing. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Because I'm going to leave this open to a little bit of a live Q&A, because quite honestly, I can't get the normal video stuff going just because of the pressure of the schedule. But I mean, what are you talking about here? FNX 45, one, I can tell you that is a phenomenal one. Deborah, you're getting some love in the comments field below about the surgery thing from someone named Lolo, which is pretty awesome. Man, guys, I'm be honest. Every time that I do a live stream, it blows my mind where you guys are from. I mean, just the idea that we're all in here together is really cool. I mean, we've got Oregon. I saw Seattle. I know California, South Carolina, Georgia's in here. I definitely saw California, Texas, Arizona. There's a lot of different states in here. That's just amazing. Pennsylvania was one of them. I mean, it's just, the more that I do what I'm doing, guys, I mean, honestly, it's just, the more that I see what we're capable of, and the amazing people that we have across this country that are involved in things like this. Like, we're not alone, and it's really amazing. I mean, look at those states. That's crazy. Christopher says, "Love your videos." I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I love doing what I do. I am one of the most blessed people on the face of the planet. This is I get to talk to you guys and make videos for our rights and drive us all in the right, information that's going out there. All the things. I mean, it's just we have such an amazing opportunity to do things, and I'm one of the most privileged people alive. I'm just flat out. This is my job. It's incredible. Um, my question is, why didn't we get impeached? What the hell is gonna do this? Unfortunately, live will not like that one. Sorry, Barry Vance. I can't go too down deep into that. Paul Cherry, I thank you for watching me every day. That is awesome. We're in this together, and I appreciate it. Um, Jacob, okay, hold on. Just got a police trade-in Glock 22 for that price. Excellent shape. Well played. The TUI, I'm going to be honest with you, that was really solid. That's my personal hands-on experience. I am receiving zero financial reasoning for that. I can just tell you that it was solid. Several thousands of rounds. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of rounds across all of the creators and everyone that was there. And I didn't see a single failure to feed. I didn't see a single failure to fire. I didn't see a single malfunction. So, and we're talking multiple different calibers. We're talking lots of stuff. And it was very, very good. Very accurate. It was money. Um, this girl has been watching you many months. You're so knowledgeable, Braden. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lola. I appreciate it. This is something we're in together, and welcome to the party. Barry's bullets, I do. I've used them before. They're good for reloading and plinking. That's about as far as I would go on that one. Um, my client, that's funny. Thanks for keeping us away. Hey, Gary, Guy, I appreciate that, dude. I try to work really hard so we have the right stuff so we can make the moves for our 2A. It's something like I know that I reference Jared a lot from Guns and Gadgets, but man, we're always connecting, and man, I can't really quantify how much work the Patriot movement for 2A is doing. It's just incredible, and it's mostly you guys. Like, legitimately, we're just out here showing stuff that can be driven forward. All right. Excuse me. Appreciate all your work. Thank you so much. Um, the best Second Amendment organization. I'm going to be honest right now. GOA is really solid. I've spent a lot of time with them recently. Um, they're worth a look. They are worth a look because they are very active. They are very driven. They really do some incredible stuff. That's about as far as I can go into that without revealing a lot of the stuff. But GOA is solid. Love the channel. You do great work. Thanks. Hey, thank you, Robert. Um, your positivity is much needed, and unlike other channels, keep it up. Okay, so that's actually a really good one, Frosty Leprechaun. So one of the things that's so crucially important for our movement is to bring more people into it. It's also to encourage people to move forward, to vote, to action, to activism. Like, all of those things are incredibly important. Bring more people into the culture. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. You're going to bring more people into the culture if you look like you're having a good time. You're also going to bring more people into the culture using positivity and fighting for our rights and for something, and our why being the history of those that have died for our rights, the history of those that have come before us to build into our rights, the people that are coming behind us that we're going to hand our rights to. If you're driving in a positive momentum and the idea is to offer benefit to those parties and honor the sacrifices of those that came before, that's a lot better than yelling at people. That's just my opinion. But you guys can let me know in the comments if you think that's if you agree or disagree. Joe, the answer to your question is a no. I did not. Juan, I'm still waiting for more data on that one. Thanks for constantly sharing great information in 2As. Watching from Georgia, outer space. Okay, another Georgia out there. That's awesome. Um, Lifetime Braden fan, Jamie. I appreciate that. Audio but no video. Sorry, man. I'm going for my phone, so if it's not working, I apologize. FPC is solid, Juan. FPC is, they are bulldogs, and I really like it. Um, Thank you, Langley. I bought my first handgun last March. About to buy my second one. See, it's a bug, Robert. It's a bug, and you can catch it. It's a problem. It's a great problem, but it's a problem. Uh, bring back firearm education to schools. Oh man, that's a that's a hard one. Great job. Thanks for your time, Peter Piper. No problem. No problem. Um, thanks for all you do. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Juan. Let's see. Out of Kansas. Oh, nice. Yeah, Kansas. Okay. So, just while you guys are coming up with more comments while I'm watching these and kind of questions and any kind of topic you want to bring up, I I legitimately, um, whoa, thank you, dude. Old Georgia boy. That's right. Um, Kansas was so interesting because you think that Kansas is completely flat. Like I'm from Georgia, and the idea of the Midwest is completely flat, nothing there, right? Um, but when I got there, there was a whole lot of trees. But what blew my mind was, I mean, obviously there were trees, but there were subtle hills. But it looked very similar to Georgia from a standpoint of landscape and topography. But what really threw me off was there was no trees above 30 feet tall, and they were all like the same level, which I thought was so fascinating. Um, and I kind of it clicked in my head that was tornado country, and so all the tall pine trees that I'm used to would be blown away, so they can't have pine. The pine trees wouldn't reproduce, so you're stuck with that 30-foot ceiling, which was really interesting to see. That was really cool. Um, Northern New Mexico, I need to make it down to the Southwest. I've heard that's a beautiful place. Ronnie, no problem. Illinois, okay, that's some behind the enemy lines right there. Well, at least in Chicago. The rest of Illinois is pretty sweet. Gordon, agree. Better to be for something and having a good time than being against something and not. And when when I mean everything. Welcome to Kansas. Thank you. Kansas is pretty cool. Indiana. Now that's some corn country right there. I've touched in Indiana or I've flown over it and that's like, ugh, corn. California. I want to make it out to California, but I'm not sure they'd like me because I'd wear shirts like this and I would do it proudly, and they might not like that. Hey from Z. Where's Z, Anthony? HKVP9, solid one. Solid. Okay, now that's a good one. Black Wolf. So viewing from Virginia. And by the way, guys, if you are fresh to this stream, just throw in there. We're just gonna do an open chat. I'm literally just connecting with you guys tonight because I have a very early flight in the morning and I don't have the time lined up to do a traditional video. Puerto Rico, Juan, that's awesome. Oh yeah, no, Virginia, Black Wolf. So Virginia is an interesting one because it's a very purple state, like real purple, and gun rights are no different there. So now I'm really curious what Glenn Youngkin is going to do there because he has a divided government now, and I don't know what he's going to be able to accomplish with the Virginia Senate, basically their version of the Senate saying basically being obstructionist, but the House of Delegates is Republican, and all three executive positions are too, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. Puerto Rico, that's amazing. I said that already. Let's see here. Wisconsin. I have been to Wisconsin. Jim Bob, thank you for that $10, sir. That's incredible. I appreciate it. Thoughts on DeSantis? Oh, that's a good question too. Let's see. Yeah, Oregon and Portland. You're not even kidding. Murphy, California. Yeah, those are rough. Central Oregon. Ohio does have a great 2A community there. It absolutely does. It's Ohio. You guys, just a little sud note. Um, Ohio actually in their primaries they had 230,000 more people than they had in 2018 show up in the Republican primaries, and they had 170,000 minus in the Democrats show up for the primary. So that bodes pretty well for us across the board. Of course, I'll still be watching it, but do I have a good gun belt? What I'm wearing right now. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The Vetter belt that I'm wearing is pretty decent. To be honest. Um, you did ask. Someone asked me about DeSantis. Do I think DeSantis will pass constitutional carry? I think his intent is to. However, and this is actually a really good point. Um, and by the way, guys, if you have a new question, this one's gonna take like 5 minutes, so just hold it for a second, and then I'll cue you. But um, DeSantis, I think, is going to attempt his very best to pass constitutional carry. However, constitutional carry in Florida is a little harder because Florida, unlike the other states that we've covered, and a lot of you in the videos while we were doing constitutional carry for all those 25 states that most recently the 5 states we got, um, a lot of you were thinking about, or really asking, why is Florida not considered this, because they had introduced a bill. And the reason why was because the probability of that passing was extremely light. I didn't want to squash it, but to be quite honest with you, there, the Republican or the rhinos there are some real power struggles around the constitutional carry movement. I don't know if it's going to pass because honestly, I'm not in the legislature. It's going to be a hard task. DeSantis seems to think he can because he promised it before he left office. So now, whether that is going to be a broken promise or he knows something that I don't know, which, I mean, I don't know everything. So I believe DeSantis wants to. I believe DeSantis understands that it's going to be beneficial for the conservative movement and the national rights of our citizens. Is it going to pass with the rhinos there? I cannot tell you that. That's something that me and Jared from Guns and Gadgets talk about frequently. All right. So that's that one. But other than that, I'm pretty sure DeSantis as a whole, he's going to finish out his term as Florida governor, then he's going to run for president. And I think he's going to get elected. That's my own personal opinion. All right. Let's go with these questions again. Let's turn them back up. All right, let's see here. A lot of people are moving out of California. Yes, they are. California's leaving a ton of people. Let's see. Alabama, yep, they just got constitutional carry. And Alabama, like the primaries there are like the competition of who can be the most 2A, which, I mean, I love. Let's see. Loops, hobbies, and more. You're welcome. Thank you so much for supporting. DeSantis did say he would pass it. He said he promised that he will pass it, but that has not translated into actually passing it yet. Live in Kansas, I'm concerned with the state. We have approached a legislator and a leftist governor. Yeah, so I got some interesting intel on that. I wouldn't be uber worried about that just yet, but that's my understanding. Any news on the Supreme Court or any other gun laws? Not yet. Actually, Jared and I were driving from Kansas into the airport tonight where we're staying to take our flights tomorrow. And we were actually talking about that. The next time they're meeting is Thursday for the Supreme Court for that gun case, which we're expecting this month or next, which I'm sure in light of recent events will just throw fuel in the fire. The big fire. The big fire. All right. David, it would. And that's honestly why I would wear all of these. I don't really think they would get it, I'll be honest with you. But I would know. And you guys would know because I would do a live stream doing it. Core are great belts, I'll be honest with you. One, that national reciprocity, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Speaking of something interesting, Pennsylvania, guys, if you are in Pennsylvania, you have some interesting things going on there with that Senate race, that primary Senate race for Pennsylvania senator. Very interesting. Kathy Barnett is coming up from the midfield, and she's basically tied within the error margin for Oz, McCormick, and Barnett. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Watching live from the gulags of California. That's rough, Sarge. But at least your weather's nice. How can we make California constitutional carry? An act of God. It would have to take a long culture change. Honest to God, that we talked about a lot of creators and influencers, or however you say it. A lot of us were talking about that today, and there's a lot of things that we're working on together. It's going to be a change of the culture, which is a huge part of what you guys are doing. So the more that we change the culture in the positive, not us, like all of us together, the more we're going to be able to genuinely make a huge difference. And politics are downstream from culture, and that's what's up. One, you are correct. Jared is great. Jared is a grade A dude, man. He's awesome. Black Wolf, that book is actually what you just said is correct. You should take that advice. Just drove across Panhandles in 56 bound. Cool, nice. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with all the comments, guys. Sorry, I don't have a admin or anything. Missouri, Oz, ugh. Yeah, that one's interesting. Del Money says it likes Barnett. If you guys are in Pennsylvania, look at Barnett. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Get big government out. I agree. Thank you, Jerry. Brandon Bernie's maybe SCOTUS put up a big enough smackdown. California minute. Now that's actually very good, Joe. That's a very good setup for a question. So this case that's coming down, the Bruin versus New York, right? This one is going to be, Sorry, Jamie, I will get the question in 1 second about the midterms in Louisiana and that stuff. Um, so this was something that was really, really crucial. God, I just lost what I was about to say. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So SCOTUS. So if SCOTUS comes and does the SmackDown, right? What the really big implication of that is, and that's what we've talked about for a while, right? If SCOTUS comes down and says, "Hey, New York, you can't decide who gets to have their constitutional rights," which seems obvious, but anyway, whatever. So if they say you can't do what you're doing, well, they have to write other laws that accommodate the Supreme Court's ruling because it's not going anywhere else, right? That's the highest court in the land. Well, now, if you have the exact same problem in New York that's occurring in Chicago, California, Oregon, Washington, wherever it would be, you now have all of those laws that will also be challenged in court, or they will have to be overturned because they're the exact same rulings. That's what I've told you guys multiple times. When we study these things in the leftist, that's what they do. They do deep blue moves like New York, Chicago, California, and say, hey, this infringement will work here because the Ninth Circuit will never overturn this. Let's ban all the magazines. And then they'll try it and try it and try it until it becomes smacked down. They don't ever work. Like the example in Washington is just silly, but that's where the magic happens because when that dam unleashes, they have to rewrite 10 to 20 years of gun control legislation, and that is massive. That'll be the biggest win we've had in a long time. All right, let me catch up on these. I am sorry. Behind the Grand Adventure, hello from Michigan. Uh, Jim Buff, I did get a little bit of sun today. That Kansas sun took advantage of my alabaster skin and went to went to town on me. Let's see here. Um, all right, I have caught up. By the way, if you guys ever do lives, this is cool. This is a cool challenge. Um, Kansas does have constitutional carry. Yes, that's one of those things where a lot of states, if you live in the state, you have constitutional carry. Some you have to have a constitutional or a carry permit from other states. Get out and canvass for your local 2A candidate. Now that's really important. Harding Dies just said something really, really important. And I'm probably going to set off a few comments here. But the thing that's crucial, you have to get in your mind, and I'm not saying you guys, but like across the board, right? We have to vote. I know, and hear me when I say this. I'll look right at the camera. Hear me. I know that people have questions. Trust has been shattered. Perception of trust has been shattered. I completely understand that. If you feel that way, which I do not fault you for, get 10 of your friends to go vote too. Because between the alternative of not voting, people died for the right for us to vote. Countries have fallen for the right to us to vote. There are things that, well, let me rephrase that one. That's kind of silly. We have split away from countries for the right to vote. There are so many things that those have sacrificed for us before us that we need to continue on, that the perception of trust, while incredibly important, has to be maintained. So get as many people as you can. So even if anything nefarious happens in your worst nightmare scenario, you've got so many people to the polls, they can't overcome it. That's the way I look at that. This is incredibly important in November. It's a big deal because we're right there. Nettie, thank you so much. The Germany Road. All right. What was Biden doing against 2A yesterday? Everything, all the things. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I genuinely do not fully believe that Biden has full control of all the capacities, and therefore I don't believe that he's actually driving this boat. All right, let's see. So, touched on that. You guys have any more questions? We can absolutely hit this because this is something we're right there. Now, the need to drain the swamp, absolutely true. And by the way, guys, some of you, I know you guys, some don't like politics, but we are setting up really nice. So pour on the steam, drive as many people as you can to the polls, get out there because we are literally, we are setting up for a smacking. And it's going to be beautiful. But we have to execute it. That's incredibly important. That's right. There is no such thing as a shoe-in. That's right. All right. So let me catch up on some of these comments. If you guys have anything you want me to ask, talk about, anything, hit it. I voted today. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, just leave it in the comments if you guys want me to hit anything, and then we will make it happen. Believe me, I can find a way to talk. I talk a lot. Brad S. Thank you from California. You're part of the reason I joined the firearm community. FBC and go it. Heck yeah, dude. Brad, that's awesome. That's great stuff, man. Welcome to the party. Let's see, I'm just trying to catch up on everything else here. Red wave. We need that red wave so hard. Yeah, one. I mean, the money thing. That I'll be honest with you. That's nothing new. The dollar signs are just getting bigger. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. If the Supreme Court does rule, as we hope they will, how long do you think it will take to really start affecting the other states? I think you'll see it in 2023. That's when all the legislatures will come back in. What got me started on YouTube? I wanted to make videos to teach people the differences that are common questions around like guns and cartridges and calibers. And I dove in and it started growing and I went, wait, there's something to this. And then here we are. Literally started with an iPhone and that's it. If any of you guys are thinking about doing the same thing, you can. But anyway, that's just my little pep talk for you guys. I'm from Ohio and don't understand how people understand. I'm from Ohio and don't understand how people understand how voters have. I assume it says don't understand, mostly because it's civics. It's just people don't legitimately understand a lot of civics. Not guys in this audience or girls in this audience, but something like if you're not taught it, it's not something you're gonna go look for. It's not like the newest song on the radio or the iTunes or whatever. All right. UN Small Arms Treaty. I think that's a stretch. I don't think it's something that's been made up, but I think it is a stretch to be the number one concern. I think it's on the table of concerns. I don't think it's numero uno. Numero uno for me would be something like HR 8 and 1446 and the little pickings that they're doing, like the things that they passed in the budget bill recently or the omnibus bill around deputizing localized people or localized law enforcement into the ATF, things like that. So, do I think Newsom versus DeSantis in 2024, Connor? Oh, God, I hope not. Oh, I don't want to see Newsom ever. I have to watch clips of him sometimes, and every time I'm like, ugh. Heart this. Daddy, I heart you. Thank you. Am I a veteran? I am not a veteran. I have never had the honor of serving my country in that capacity. I thought about it when I was younger, but I'll be honest with you, I was too mentally immature to fully take on that responsibility. It's something that's very serious for me. How many of the older viewers would feel that if politicians violate? Sorry, I can't really answer that one. Thank you so much. I sell cat litter. Will Biden's chain gang bring us to WW Trace? It sure seems like they're trying, doesn't it? I hope not. But I'm not seeing a lot of de-escalation, which I would really love to see some de-escalation across the board. Again, I'm not taking sides on it. I'm just saying there's some things that could be. Let's just step away from the edge. That's the best way I could say it. Let's chill the rhetoric down as step one. How about that? Can I keep reading here? You don't want to talk to Georgia senators. The Georgia senators right now are hurting. Preston, after I finish STI, I want to be a family-oriented firearms safety instructor. That is awesome, Preston. I love that. I actually started out as a firearms instructor. Pretty awesome. Well, that's an interesting one, Barry. With all these calibers from the 1900s today, why didn't the firearm industry make a new caliber? Well, they actually have. There's thousands. It's actually pretty crazy. If you look into like some of the reloading manuals from Hornady, there's like literally the book is like that thick, and there's thousands. There's thousands. It's actually really cool. But to be honest with you, I don't think Newsom has a chance of beating DeSantis. But like I said, I just don't want to hear that man talk. Um, anyway, call me partial. Sorry, my nose is bothering me. All right. You're in my living room all week, but you never bring beer. Sorry, dude. I wish I could bring some beer. That'd be cool. Pennsylvania, Travis, you got something going on up there, man. You got your primaries in 10 days. Our main channel is part 2A news, but it's hard for us to break in with being so small. Any tips? Consistency on release schedule, and offer something that makes you stand out. That's the biggest advice I can give you. You have something about yourself that is extremely unique from everyone else. Figure out what that is, capitalize it, and offer it to the community. And if it gets adopted, that's your niche. That's the thing. Blackout 6.5 or 10 millimeter. Is that what I saw? Hold on a second. I saw calibers. I got excited. Blackout 6.5, 10 millimeter. If those are your favorite calibers, you got class, Warren. I like that. I like that 10 millimeter. I also love that blackout. 6.5, I could take or leave, but blackout and 10 mil, I do like that. There's a gentleman that's making a 50 BMG have an 8K. That's hilarious. CAL, thank you. Thank you so much for your service. Really enjoy your videos. Russell, hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you for supporting it. Wisconsin, Debbie, no problem. I love it. This is my life right here. Our Milton, wow, RS. I didn't see RS. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the comments, guys. You guys are flying a gruesome Newsome. Amen. Will you make a trip through Texas sometime? I'm actually going to the NRA show in about 3 weeks, and that is open to the public. So I will absolutely be there. And I have no problem shaking as many hands as approach me, because we are in this together, and it's lovely to put a face and a voice to the text. All right, let's see. You actually, Travis, that's a good question, guys. We need constitutional carry in Pennsylvania. You guys almost had it. Almost, like literally, the legislature on both houses passed it, and your governor, Tom Wolf, vetoed it. He actually holds the record for the most vetoes in the state of Pennsylvania. Great job, Tom. And he also just reinstated red flag law or ghost gun laws that Biden just did federally, which makes no sense on the state level. Anyway, 1911 Drew. I think an Academy Friday Night Live podcast would be great. That's actually interesting. 1911 Drew. I will be doing a live. I'm picking the day. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Friday night, but that's interesting that you said that. But anyway, the constitutional carry in Pennsylvania, you get a Republican governor in there who's pro 2A, you'll have it. The NRA show's going to be in Houston this year, Robert. NRA show, watch your wallet. That's very true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that one. Should the ATF be abolished? Now, that's a very interesting question. And the reason that that's an interesting question, sorry, I keep shaking the screen. The reason that's an interesting question is because the ATF was actually not established as a firearms regulating organization. The ATF was established to collect tax revenue on tobacco and alcohol, back when tobacco and alcohol were the main consumption goods in the United States and the world. So the firearms thing came in much later. The ATF was actually part of the IRS first with multiple different names. It's really interesting, the history. You're not going to get the ATF to be like completely abolished, because that tax collecting revenue job is going to go somewhere else in the government, which would follow the same restrictions and responsibilities, including taxing NFA items, alcohol, or tobacco. So even if you were to get rid of the ATF, you're not getting rid of all the taxes for alcohol and tobacco. So that's going to just shift somewhere else. So now it's the FBI or the IRS. I don't know. That's just my personal thoughts on it. Is it's one of those things where that's a very big ball of string to unwind, and it's going to end up in a different ball of string, which is a feature of our gift from the last 100 years of overbearing control in our government. Was that code enough? Was that code enough for you guys? All right, let's keep going here. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Kimber 10 millimeter, amazing. I love that. Um, what's that say? Best question for a politician to get the best idea of their gun rights stance. The best, I'll be honest, the best question that you could ask a politician is leave it open ended, because you can't say something to the effect of, well, hold on a second, guys. Joel Ware, please make a video on how bad Dr. Oz is for PA ASAP. I love you, buddy. Best channel on YouTube, Joel. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That's huge, man. This is something we're in together, and I appreciate that. That's incredible. But let me get to that question, because that's important. Dang it, I just saw it. I have like a one-track mind, I swear. Tom Wolf, Oklahoma. Oh, best question for a politician. All right. So leave it open ended. It's incredibly important that you leave the question open ended. For example, an open ended question would be, where do you stand on gun rights? That can't be answered by a yes, no, or, well, maybe. If you ask them something like, do you stand for gun rights? They go, yes. That's a closed question. If you have a question, like I said, of, explain to me where you stand on your 2A rights. What do you believe are our rights as American citizens? When will the government infringement stop? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you're doing things of that nature and you leave an open-ended question, they either know that answer, or you're going to get word salad and they're going to screw themselves because they aren't going to know the answer. That's the best way I can explain it. I can't give you the best example, but I can say do it in that manner and you will get what you're seeking. Ponytail, logging along. Thank you so much. All right, let's see what else we got here. They're coming from my menthols. That's hilarious. Is the ATF even constitutional? Now, that's a very good question, D.L. Hemingway. So, I'm not a constitutional scholar. I'm going to say that first off, right off the bat, right? But it is the congressional responsibility to pass and enact taxes. Well, if they're logging all these taxes underneath the organization of the ATF and the IRS, that seems to fall under that, but they also have an enforcement piece which goes under the DOJ, which would be executive branch. So you've kind of got a blending of responsibilities. That is a very interesting question. In my personal belief, what you're really seeing is you're not truly seeing enforcement across the board from a standpoint of we're looking at all the guns. What you're really seeing is a lot of things that either A, violate the law that's written previously, or their interpretation of the law, which is the important piece, because they can interpret whatever they want. But you also have the ATF collecting tax revenue, which is NFA stamps and things of that nature. But that is a very interesting question. I think the answer on that one, Hemingway, is medium. All right. That's really funny. They're coming from my menthols. Let's see here. Let's see what else I got to catch up on some comments. I love when you guys are engaged. It's awesome. And by the way, let me know if you guys are liking this, because I love doing this with you guys, but I want to make sure it's worth your time. Let's see, the IRS and ATF should be abolished. IRS, imagine no taxes. Wouldn't that be something? Thanks. Another viewer said. Sorry, I'm catching up. I love your videos. Very informative. Got my concealed carry 2 years ago after taking training. 61-year-old woman loving my new hobby. That is what I'm talking about, Reb. That's incredible, because it's really, really huge. The growth that we've had in the demographic of females and minorities is off the charts, which is incredible. Got fired. We got, wow, a lot of comments just came through. Let's see. Got to catch up here. Man, I am legit trying to catch up, guys. I swear. Okay, 6.5 by 55 millimeter beats the Creedmoor hands down. Watch out now. Now we're getting into caliber wars. I can't go into that far, that deep. Glock 20 in Grizzly Country. That's not a bad idea. Here, Neil. Maybe take extra mag, just in case. ATF should be a convenience store. Oh man, you guys. I know which channels you've been watching. Welcome to Kansas. Thank you. Tobacco for ammunition. That's an interesting take. Doc Holliday. Oz is a gun control nut, I heard. I try my best not to make huge influences on existing races. there has been instances in the past where he has alluded to the idea of red flag laws and questioning those things. That's important to understand. That definitely factors in. On the other side of that, I'm not going to attack anybody, but I am going to say that on the other side of Oz having that stance and that history, it's on tape. I actually did a video on it. Kathy Barnett is pretty much don't infringe anything. Kathy Barnett, again, I can't endorse anybody because I don't do that in the primaries because we're all on the same team. But I'll be honest, it's pretty crazy. Sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. You guys are flowing. Let's see. I haven't missed an episode of yours since I discovered your channel 1.5 years ago. I also watched Jared and Johnny B. Both great choices, and I appreciate that, Tom. That's incredible. That's commitment. I love that. I try to do my very best to make these things happen. Love your channel, Chris. Thank you so much. Salty Jesse King. You are such a plethora of info on 2A. Thank you for the education, brother. Keep spreading the word. Thank you guys. Thank you, Salty, because that's what we're doing here. We are moving this needle. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, this needle is moving, and we are doing it together. And I cannot wait till November. Seriously, I'm very excited to keep on trucking. Ask questions that don't let. Oh, you're talking about that? I know what you're talking about. Okay. What's going on, Major Buzzkill? What? I'm trying to catch up. What do I think will happen with microstamping? I'll be honest with you, without actually being involved in the industry, I couldn't give you a direct answer. There's some pretty obvious things that would be a flaw of that approach. I assume Bill V here loves seeing them dig their hole deeper. I am. It looks good for him. Just keep digging. I believe he's talking about leftist gun controllers. I'm pretty sure. Wait, someone got canceled last week? Hold the phone. I don't like hearing that. Let me see this. Man, where'd they go? Let's see. I think that said, man. Okay, I gotta fly back in here. I just dropped. I met Tanto. Yes, I did meet Tanto. That was what. If you're catching up, guys, I was at a trading with Chris Tanto Paronto. He was incredible. He was incredible. He was one of the soldiers involved in Benghazi. It was incredible. Dun, 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 dun. All right, you guys are saying it froze up and it needs to go live again. Oh man, bummer, guys. All right, so that is. It looks like it. It looks like it died down because of an internet connection. So you guys will get back in here. No, Juan, no, YouTube is not. I'm watching it. We're still good. It's it's the feed is going down because of internet, not because of anything else. I'm going off my phone. Dropped and came back. Yep. I think we're. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys are getting the feedback. It says no feed is coming through. I think we're getting to the point. Like I think it just got past the stream capacity. I think the internet. That's the internet fault. Got booted from the video back. That's good stuff. Yeah, guys, I don't think that's a boot. I think that's a legitimate, the legitimate issue. No, I don't think that's what that is. Joe, I think it's just an internet thing. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, so while you guys keep on coming in, we will just keep this train a going. Kurt, thanks for the great content. Keep it up. Thank you. All right, guys. I think I think we are losing the actual stream from the actual phone that I'm rocking this off of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this up on my channel so you guys can follow it later. I'm going to go ahead and kill the feed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because I want to make sure you have a good video feed. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna travel home tomorrow, and normal videos will resume starting tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching. I love hanging out with you guys, and I will see you on the next video. I'm Braden. See you later.